Dub Hub, Steph Curry says his tank is full after 52-point game against Grizzlies. Bringing you the latest news from the Warriors and the NBA on Wednesday, April 2nd. Here's what's happening in the Dub Hub today. Steph Curry feels rejuvenated after his incredible 52-point performance against the Grizzlies, declaring that his tank is full. The NBA has named Draymond Green the Defensive Player of the Month for March in the Western Conference. In a thrilling double overtime, the Nuggets fell to the Timberwolves despite Nikola Jokic's astonishing 61-point game. Steph Curry reminded everyone just how dangerous he can be on Tuesday night, scoring 52 points and sinking 12 three-pointers in the Golden State Warriors' 134-125 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. It was a standout performance from the two-time MVP, who showed no signs of slowing down despite missing a week last month due to a pelvic injury. After the game, Curry expressed that he feels strong and ready for the season's final stretch. This victory not only provided the Warriors with a crucial boost in the standings, propelling them to 5th place in the West, but also secured a tiebreaker against Memphis with just 7 games left in the regular season. As the playoffs draw near, Curry's latest masterpiece sends a clear message to the league. He and the Warriors are primed for a postseason run. For more on this and other NBA news, here's our latest roundup from Tuesday, April 2nd. Moments like this are rare. Aya Wilson and Brittany Griner faced off in a high-stakes elimination game, where one would advance to the finals while the other would head home. How did it all come down to one shot? And how did these two elite players end up witnessing Steph Curry explode for 52 points as the Warriors triumphed in Memphis? In a tightly contested match, Curry made his 11th three-pointer with just 18 minutes left, tying the game at 91. With the game hanging in the balance, he knew he had to give it his all in the final quarter. This could be the night, he thought. Those first 2 shots I took in the fourth quarter reflected that, Curry said. I took a transition shot on my first touch, then went to the left wing. I missed both and then realized where I was at. Those were my best heat checks, even though I had just come back into the game. Curry surpassed Jerry West, making history with his 52 points and 5 steals. With this performance, he moved up to 25th on the NBA's all-time scoring list, adding yet another milestone to his remarkable career in the Warriors' 134-125 win over Memphis. As the league's all-time leader in three-pointers, Curry now joins the ranks of the top 25 scorers in NBA history. Reggie Miller, whom Curry surpassed in all-time three-pointers in 2021, is next on the scoring list at 24th. Iconic players like Alex English, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, and Russell Westbrook fill spots 20 to 25. I got a bit emotional about passing Jerry, Curry shared. It was special. In his honor. What he meant to our organization, the league, and the basketball world. He is the logo. What did we learn from Curry's explosive 52-point outing in this crucial victory over the Grizzlies? Fortunately for the Warriors, the free throw line was their best friend. The Warriors were perfect, going 28 for 28 at the line. Butler was 12 for 12, Curry 8 for 8, Green 4 for 4, and Hield and Gueye Santos both went 2 for 2. This marks the highest number of free throws made without a miss in a game in 34 years, with the last occurrence happening in April 1991. As the Warriors gear up for the playoffs, Curry's performance serves as a reminder of the firepower they possess. With his tank full and the team rallying behind him, the Warriors look ready to make a serious run in the postseason. Appreciating Steph Curry's off-ball shot creation, compensating for a notable decline in on-ball shot creation. Curry scored 52 points and helped the Warriors climb to 5th place in the Western Conference. Few players instill fear and confusion with minimal time on the ball like Steph Curry does, a statement that has been true for a decade. Curry utilizes the court like no other star before him, and it's safe to say, like no star that will come after him, at least in the foreseeable future. Focus on Curry in the midst of his shooting form, and he exudes calm and balance, despite a swarm of defenders frantically closing in with all kinds of bizarre methods to throw him off balance, with push here being used both figuratively and literally. If it weren't for Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, more on them later, it wouldn't be absurd to say that Curry did nearly everything for the Golden State Warriors tonight. Whether flying for a defensive rebound after trapping Jalen Wells, maintaining his dribble, and using Green's drag screen to shake Wells and attack Zach Edey's drop coverage, or scoring, assisting, and stealing passes, Curry delivered a massive stat line in the Warriors' crucial 134-125 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. 52 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists on 16 of 31 shooting, 12 of 20 from 3, and a stunning 75.3% effective shooting, along with 6 stocks, steals plus blocks. Curry is a transition weapon because of the threat of his unlimited range pull-up threes. Defenses throw all kinds of coverages in desperation to get the ball out of his hands. In other words, no matter who Curry is surrounded by, whether it's Kevin Durant or Jacob Evans III, the name of the game is quite simple: anyone but Steph Curry. That's why Curry with the ball, while valuable and potent, often takes a back seat to Curry without the ball. He initiates many possessions without the rock in hand, but also blends into possessions where he touches the ball to initiate, sees defenses sell out to him, and passes out of potentially complicated situations, just for him to start his movement after making a pass, during which, as the great Doris Burke often says, the real game begins. Perhaps the most surprising thing about Curry as he continues his career at 37 is how he maintains his off-ball lethality. Undoubtedly even more deadly now than he was years ago, when there was an abundance of agility and youth in his legs that helped him become a similarly lethal ball handler, whether as a pick-and-roll operator or in isolation. About 17.5% of the Warriors' offensive possessions ended with a shot from Curry as he ran around a screen away from the ball, during which they scored 1.202 points per possession, an excellent mark according to synergy tracking. This has been a more efficient type of game for Curry compared to him as a ball handler in pick-and-roll situations, during which the Warriors scored 1.060 points per possession, including possessions where Curry passes to the roll man or a third teammate, still an excellent mark relative to the rest of the league. Isolations, on the other hand, have been low in volume, 154 possessions, and less efficient compared to the types of plays mentioned above, 0.902 ppp, though not inefficient by any means. When comparing Curry's combined isolation/pick-and-roll volume with his efficiency as a shot creator, it's hard to highlight Curry on the list, if he's even on the list to begin with, given that his ball creation volume has seemingly dropped compared to other major creators in the league. In Curry's limited repetitions as a creator with the ball this season, his efficiency, measured by true shooting percentage, or TS%, has seen a significant drop, while he has maintained his astronomical efficiency in off-ball play types, i.e. spot-ups, handoffs, off-screens, cuts, transition, etc. As the informative Twitter account pointed out, a follow-worthy account, it might just be a year of bad luck for Curry. But we must also consider his age, the increase in frequency of illnesses and injuries, and the undeniable but gloomy fact that he might be entering the twilight of his career. To compound these realities, Curry is still being guarded with the same kind of force, urgency, and aggression, by defenders who are becoming much younger than him, much longer, and increasing in athleticism and audacity. As such, having people like Butler and Green by his side to alleviate the burden placed on his shoulders every night is becoming a luxury, while also being a paramount necessity. Butler, who finished the game with 27 points on a perfect clip of 12 of 12 from the free throw line and 82.9% TS, has been especially valuable as a ball screen setter for Curry. Meanwhile, Green's decade-long chemistry with Curry has created a mental fusion of all-time offensive threat and a player with the passing skills to fuel it. As always, Green is half the recipe for countering the countless top-blocking defenses that Curry faces almost every night, especially against the Grizzlies, who employed Wells and Scottie Pippen Jr. as Curry's designated huggers. Curry's performance not only solidified his status as one of the league's all-time greats, but also underscored the evolving dynamics of the Warriors' offense. With the playoffs approaching, the implications of his incredible game resonate beyond just a single victory. As teams gear up for the postseason, Curry's ability to create shots off the ball becomes even more crucial. His lethal presence forces defenses to overcommit, opening up opportunities for his teammates, which is vital in high-stakes games. The significance of this game extends to the broader narrative of the Warriors' season. After a rocky start plagued by injuries and inconsistent play, Curry's resurgence is a beacon of hope for a franchise eager to reclaim its championship status. The Warriors, now sitting firmly in playoff contention, rely heavily on Curry's leadership and scoring prowess. His performance against the Grizzlies serves as a reminder of his impact not just on the scoreboard, but in uniting the team and bolstering their confidence. Moreover, Curry's individual success is intertwined with the evolving roles of players like Butler and Green. Butler's strategic positioning as a screen setter and Green's defensive versatility create a symbiotic relationship that allows Curry to exploit mismatches effectively. The trio's chemistry could prove pivotal as the playoffs approach, especially against teams that emphasize physical defense. Reactions from fans and analysts have been overwhelmingly positive, praising Curry's relentless work ethic and ability to adapt his game. Many are starting to discuss his place in the MVP conversation, recognizing that, even in his 37th year, he remains a transformative player. Social media platforms are buzzing with highlights from the game, and commentators are lauding his ability to maintain such high levels of performance amidst the wear and tear of a long NBA career. As the Warriors prepare for their upcoming games, the focus will undoubtedly be on how they can leverage Curry's off-ball movement and shot creation to optimize their offensive strategy. Teams will have to devise intricate game plans to contain him, which could create advantageous matchups for other players on the roster. This upcoming playoff run could not only determine the Warriors' immediate future, but also shape the legacy of Curry as he potentially leads the team into another championship chase. In the broader context of the NBA, Curry's unique style of play continues to influence a new generation of players who are learning to prioritize off-ball movement and shooting skills. Coaches across the league are adopting strategies that mirror Curry's game, emphasizing spacing, pace, and the ability to score from anywhere on the court. This evolution in playing style is reshaping how teams approach both offense and defense, making Curry a pivotal figure in the ongoing development of basketball. As the Warriors look ahead, the question remains, can Curry maintain this level of performance through the rigors of the playoffs? His recent displays suggest that, as long as he is on the floor, the Warriors will always have a fighting chance. The upcoming weeks promise to be exhilarating, as fans and players alike anticipate what Curry will do next in his storied career.
Definitely you were here in December, you went 0 for 7. Did that play into the night? Any motivation?
I'll be honest, I actually forgot that fact. I was just kind of more focused on how big this game was for us. The intentionality that we came out in the first quarter was just a great game plan to understand how they guard us. I thought about their style. They try to junk up the game on defense, top blocks, and trying to send me into the paint and traffic and all that. We had a counter for that to start the game, but other than that, it was just trying to win a big game and embracing the moment.
How'd you hit him on this trip? Golfed a couple times?
I know Steve's talking. When I golf, good things happen. You just fill the cup up. Everybody has their thing, and for me, beach being outside is always nice.
How rejuvenated do you feel from maybe the week off, maybe the golf, whatever?
Body feels good. It's been a good trend. I think I hadn't played an intense game like that in a while, since obviously before the injury, and still wearing the pad back there and trying to protect myself. But other than that, feeling a good rhythm. The week off definitely helped in that sense, where the tank is pretty full, and you want to try to maintain that for as long as we can down the stretch.
How much do you feel the pad or not?
I'm used to it from 3 years ago, so it was different then. This was I know what to expect.
How long do you think you're gonna have to wear it?
I'm not sure, but probably the rest of the regular season at least.
You were just 1 3-pointer away from tying your career high of 13 threes, and now you hit 12 of them. Did you know before the game that you was going to have one of these type of nights where you're just going to go off, be in a zone like this?
No, my whole career I've never really thought that way. You have confidence, you prepare yourself, but it's never a results-based thing. It's just understanding the work you put in. I did shoot it well this morning, a shoot-around, so you kind of feel good and have confidence, but you never think it's going to be a 50 night. But the first quarter was just rhythm and decisiveness and the byproduct of good preparation for this game, and then the rest you just flow off of that.
You kind of mentioned it earlier, but what specifically were they doing trying to stop you defensively, and what's the best way in the way that you exploited that?
The main point, they just try to take the ball out of your hands. Like last time we were here, shot attempts were way down just because they were top blocking pretty much at 94 feet and just trying to keep the ball out of their hands, and then you're not able to get a rhythm. And they have obviously Wells, who took the assignment on their game plan last game and this game. They got Jaren Jackson, Defensive Player of the Year, behind. They got Zach Edey's 7 foot plus. They got size everywhere, so they try to just funnel you into traffic. And I think tonight we're just trying to get the ball in your hands as much as possible, and then let chaos kind of flow from there. And usually good things happen.
What dynamic does Jimmy give fourth quarters for you guys?
fourth quarters, first quarter, second quarter, every quarter. He has a presence about him. He's so always under control, making the right play, taking advantage of advantages when he gets in the paint, getting to the line, finishing at the rim. He hit a three in the first quarter that got us going. So he just always makes the right play. And when I'm off the court, he's lifting the level of guys around him who are out there. He's a gamer.
How significant is 28 of 28 from the free throw line in a game of this magnitude, especially considering where you guys are at collectively at the line earlier this season?
Yeah, it's weird. We had I don't know if I am still leading the league in free throw percentage, and we were dead last as a team. And that's just kind of an anomaly because we had a rough patch, but every point matters in a game like tonight, especially when you're getting easy points and able to set your defense and making them pay for aggressive physical defense. So Jimmy 12 for 12, me 8 for 8. Draymond knocked his down. It could be the difference in tight games like that. You got to take advantage of those free points.
Speaking of defense, you know John's going to get his, right? 36 tonight. That's what he does. But do you guys go into a game plan just trying to basically limit the other guys from really having a good night?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, there's superstars in the league like Ja who doesn't matter how much good defense you play. He knocked down 5 threes. You kind of have to live with that because he can get to the paint whenever he wants. I think on the whole, we did a really good job of keeping them off the free throw line, making them make tough shots, flying around the guys shooting threes because they have a good spacing on the floor. Draymond and Jimmy doing a great job on Jaren Jackson, even though he had some moments. But, yeah, you want to run them off the three-point line as best you can because that's, when they're flowing, the balls, flying around, they're tough. And then you just got to take the challenge one-on-one. Even if they make a tough bucket, you just, shake the hand, fly back on offense, and just keep doing it over and over.
You had 11 threes in the mid-third. Did you at all think, especially in a tight game, that could be a night you could reach Klay?
The first 2 shots I took in the fourth quarter were a reflection of that.
Yeah.
I thought about it. And first touch, shot it in the transition, and went ISO left wing, missed both of those, and then I kind of came to reality on let's get good possessions if I do it or whatever. But that was the ultimate heat checks, even though I just got back in the game.
You passed Jerry West tonight, all-time scoring list. What's that mean?
I got a little emotional about that, especially obviously, in his memory and what he meant to our organization, to the league, to the world of basketball, to our organization when he worked here, and my relationship with Johnny. And I got to talk to him after the game just to share a moment on what it meant for me, my family, the entire West family. So that is special. Just understand what his career was, and that's the logo. So very special. I'll keep that ball and put it in a good place.
Great, thank you.